I just want to see some more consistency out of him. There we go. Nice blocking up front, and Brooks is off to the races. 10-5 touchdown. He heard me chirping about him, and he takes it. What was it, like 40-something yards to the house? That's a way to turn my opinion around. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Panthers franchise. Today, I think we're going to get started off right away by looking at the prospects and trying to, I guess, get an initial list going for players to keep an eye on throughout the course of the season. We don't have a lot of percentage unlocked yet, as you can see, 10%, 15%. We're not going to have a whole lot. The best is going to be 25% for our tier 3 scout, but we're still going to take a quick run through, get a look at some of these players more in depth, and then, try to form a little bit of a favorites board here heading into the rest of the season. I really don't feel like we need to look at quarterbacks. Halfbacks is not a big enough area of concern for me. Same with wide receivers. We have a lot of young talent there already. Tight end is something I do want to look at because I don't know what's going to happen with Ridley. We just saw him last episode. He did leave with an injury. I don't think I showed the drive where he got injured, but he was out for about a series or two, and then he came back. But that was an injury concern for us coming into the season. We know his injury rating is in the 70s. It's not the best. So what comes from that, I don't know yet. So I want to make sure I do my due diligence with tight ends to make sure that I'm not, I'm not leaving them just sitting there and we're like, oh, we don't have a tight end now. And yeah, I don't want to go through that. I do want to check on the free safeties right away and the strong safeties, because that is an area that I think we do need to really start focusing on. I just don't believe that the safeties we have right now are going to be a good long-term solution. They are good bridge players right now, and I think that they're playing well. I think Isaiah Simmons especially is playing pretty well, but I need to get some young talent in that we can develop. So I'm trying to find just something, right? Just somewhere that I can find a couple of safeties and be like, hey, I'm really excited about these guys. The first one that popped up to me was Alex Smith out of Wisconsin. No bias there, of course, but he's 6'2", 219, 22 years old. He doesn't have the best physicals, but he does have A, hit power, and C, tackle. So tackle, you'd like to see that be a little bit better, but he's round 1 projected for a reason and already has an A in one of the 2 that we have unlocked. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on him. Heading down here a little bit, Lance Dillon from Oklahoma. He has A awareness, so that immediately jumps off to me. 6'2", 202, so has the height that I like, has decent physicals, nothing very much, pretty much average, really. Good to solid, solid to decent. But A awareness, that's big. I definitely want to see more of him, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add him to the favorites board as well. And what I do like about this year's version of the game is how you can go here and you can essentially just sort by a particular rating to see if there's somebody in that area that you want to look more at. Like right now, I want to see if there's anybody with zone. No, the only person we have is a D zone. So that's not good. We do have a couple with B man coverage, but there's really not a lot of options right now. I feel like with safeties especially, you have to have a broader picture of their overall talent in order to grade them properly. That's just the way I see it. But right now, I am liking what I'm seeing with Alex Smith, and I definitely want to see more about Lance Dillon because he has an A in his grade. And anytime you see an A, you definitely want to look into that a little bit more. Like here's another hit power A right down here. It's Devontae Hardison, 6'3", 208 out of Oklahoma. Day 3 pick. So it could be somebody of a sleeper here. Physicals, not very good at all. Wow. Okay. Yeah. 4 to marginal in speed and jumping. A hit power. I'm gonna keep him off the list for now because that's to not at least have like decent to solid or something. That's a little worrisome to me. D tackles is gonna be another area that I feel like we need to focus on because we have Derek Brown and I feel like we do have a decent option with Draymond Jones, but I just don't know what the future holds there, right? And we could get not only D tackles, but defensive ends from this position as well. One of the first people I saw here was Jaden Reed. He's 6'5", 309, 23 years old, but he is a round 1 talent. And his skills, he has B power moves. That's the only thing we know of right now. That's something to keep an eye on. I feel like it's important to get a B or an A on your first unlock grade. If you don't, you maybe want to look elsewhere. And we haven't really unlocked a lot here for the D tackles yet. Like for instance, Deion Holly here, he has an A, but it's in tackle. So does that mean he's going to be really good? I don't know, but we do have an A on him, and he's 21, 6'4", 305 out of South Carolina. He's got good to solid, great to good. Okay, so nothing too flashy, but again, A tackle, so that's good. Not the most important position for a defensive tackle. And what I mean by that is, obviously I know that tackling is important at defensive tackle, but in terms of grading them and usually where they fall on the grading scale, when you are comparing it to things like awareness, play rec, block shedding is huge to sort of indicate if they are a quality player or not to be drafted. And I'm going to take a look through these defensive ends and see if I can find anybody I like. So I found Garrett Bush, who is a right end. He is 6'3", 274. He's a power rusher. I'm trying to envision the picks here based off of a 4-3, because the more I see us play, the more I feel like I want to switch to a 4-3 and utilize our linebackers that we have, the young ones, to get them built up. And I also feel like Derek Brown is sort of playing out of position. But somebody mentioned this to me in the comments that, and I knew this, but I sort of thought I forgot about it when I was talking about it during that video. The Panthers just switched to a 3-4. They were a 4-3 for so long. And I feel like I remember Derek Brown being much more of a threat than he is lately. Like, I don't hear him tearing up things as much. Obviously, the Panthers are in a tough spot right now, but I feel like he might be playing a little out of position. I feel like he was doing his best work when he was working on the inside and, you know, working against the guards and center. So I feel like we might have a better asset in him if we go back to a 4-3 and let him play on the inside. And right now, Garrett Bush, elite acceleration, well, elite to great strength. His skills, A, power moves. So right off the bat, we know that is somebody that is worth looking at. And the reason I'm talking about all this with Garrett Bush is because I can see Derek Brown being sort of a do-it-all type of D tackle, but Bush could almost be like that 3 technique, the more of the pass rush type guy that is just there to rush the passer in the middle. Not a huge threat in the run game. Not that they can't be, but just that's not their priority, right? They're better off suited rushing the passer. 6'3", 274. Yes, it is a little light for a D tackle, but in that particular situation, he could also be a really good rotational player. That's the way I'm seeing this guy. So Garrett Bush is somebody I definitely want to add to the list. And then Paul Polk is another one, same type of build, 6'3", 273. He also has A power moves, not as good physical ratings, but does have A power moves. So I'm going to go ahead and add him to the list. And another thing about that too is they might not be the best athletes in the defensive end category, but if you move them to the defensive tackles category, like say move him inside after drafting him, he might actually be a really good player at that position, or at least competing with some of the top guys. But because he's playing against not only power rushers and run stoppers, but also speed rushers at defensive end for the ranking system, it's going to show that he's got less of that. Not all the time, but sometimes you can find some really, really good and athletic defensive tackles that looked like busts at the defensive end position because they were getting ranked against guys that are just built much different. Believe it or not, there's really not that much at left end, so right ends definitely are the more lucrative, it seems as if right now. That could change in a few weeks when we have more percentage unlocked here, but it's very hard right now to sort of build a list. I'm just sort of trying to get used to these names, know who I'm trying to pay attention to, get a feel for where guys might be come draft time. Also looking at middle linebackers, Mike Cook comes up 6'3", 237, 21 years old from USC. And he has elite to great speed, solid to decent in a couple of other categories, but he does have A play recognition, so that is something definitely to keep an eye on. I'm gonna go ahead and add him to the favorites. I'd like to see what Perry Barnett has. He's the top middle linebacker, 6'3", 239. He's 21. Elite speed, or elite to great speed, great to good acceleration, B pursuit. So we don't know a whole lot about Barnett at this time, but he is, a very highly ranked player in this list. And then coming over here to the outside linebackers, this has primarily been filled up with dudes that are just edge rushers. To be very honest, you don't see too many guys like, oh, well, Darius Cummings here. He's definitely a speed rusher, but he's got A pursuit, so that is really good. Do we have anything unlocked for zone? No, that's what I'm trying to see. Do we have anything there for zone guys? We don't seem to have that right now. Yeah, just not a lot available to us quite yet. And now over to the tight ends. Now I mentioned this isn't a team or a position that is drastically important to us, but it is definitely a position that is very much up in the air yet. And I definitely want to see if there is anybody right now, which I'm not seeing, to be very frank with you. We have a B in awareness, B in catching. Nothing unlocked there. Nothing good there. Juan Ball, okay, B, short route running. Okay, not good. And then we have Philip Gregory for a deep route running being a B. So we don't know a lot about these guys yet either. So we'll come back to this, but this is just sort of my initial run through of certain positions and just taking a look around and seeing what guys, where guys are sitting. Some of these wide receivers we will learn quite a bit about because I have them doubled up in a couple of positions as secondaries. And if we're going to take a receiver, I have a feeling it's going to be farther down this list. I don't foresee us going really high with receiver just because, like, we have a lot of young guys and I don't want to put too much on them right now. Like, I feel like we need to see a lot more out of them before we just go throwing in the towel and saying, hey, we're going to draft some guys. And it's going to be important for us to sort of get a feel for what's going on with them. We do have Davion Harbor, who's got a rating in spectacular catch, 6'3", 203, but physical is really not there yet. And yeah, we just don't know a lot about them at this time. I was just looking through some more of the positions here without really talking, and I found Alex McNair, left outside linebacker, 6'2", 235, run stopper, day 3 projection, but he's got A tackling. And he has elite to great acceleration. So that tells me this also could be a potential sleeper. Definitely want to add him to the board to see if I can keep an eye on him throughout the year. We'll add him there. And there we go. I would like to revisit the re-signs here again to see if, like, I get an idea of players we can expect back with us. And also to know sort of what we have to go for in the offseason. So we have both DJ Wanham and Jadeveon Clowney up on contract this year. Part of me would love to keep both of them, but I feel like we would be allocating resources somewhere that needs to have some fresh faces anyway. I feel like Clowney is going to end up being the odd man out. He's going to be 33 next year. I'm assuming he is going to lose star, and he's also going to have a regression role, whereas Wanham is going to be 28. Probably won't have any regression quite yet, and he has much higher interest, and he's asking for much less money. So I'm going to try and go ahead and offer DJ Wanham a contract here to see if we can get him to stay. He's also pretty much a hometown guy, sort of South Carolina college. I mean, he's not exactly far from where he went to college, so maybe that's why he's, yeah, close to home. He's from Georgia. So this would be a pretty good spot for him. So let's see if he will take this offer here, just straight up neutral, 3 years, $15.9 million. And he does. There we go. So DJ Wanham, by no means is going to be like a game wrecker for us, but he is somebody I can rely on to be that bridge player while we find new talent and also develop our own. I also would like to keep Eric Watts in tow. I like the guys that are built like this, the 6'6", 274, that can sort of end up being guys that can play anywhere on the line. If you look at his ratings here, he's got 71 power, 67 finesse. He has 71 block shedding, 74 tackle, 71 play rec. So he's pretty balanced across the board. It's not like he's only good at block shedding. He's only good at rushing the passer. So we can build him up to be a good rotational, both inside and outside. And for that reason, I would definitely like to offer him a contract to stay. He wants $4 million a year. I'm not sure where this is coming from, why these guys are asking for so much money. He also does not want to be here in the slightest, which is going to end up prove to be a little difficult. I'm just going to try this 2 years 9 to see if it even moves if this even like is something he would consider. Okay, so he likes the money. He's not happy with the team, but he does like the money. So we'll revisit this down the line. And this is something that I want to try to do more of this year. I don't want to force guys to stay, right? I want to make these players feel like they have a personality and their own personal choices here. I feel like too often in Madden, we get carried away with just doing what we want to do and just not really paying attention to what the franchise is trying to tell us, right? And you can do it from time to time, but if you do it for every player, it just gets a little old. Like, none of these guys want to come here, right? Look at them all. They're all have, their interest could not be lower. So I'm not going to force them all to sign here by just overpaying them, because for one, it's going to put me in a bad spot later on down the line financially. And two, you're just putting off the inevitable, you know? So cutting losses at times is probably the best. I am interested to know why Kirkland hates being here, because we don't have championships and we're not close to Utah. Why do you want to be by Utah? I mean, you're in Carolina, you know, nice weather. I don't know. But I would like to keep him. We'll see if that's possible. It might not be possible. And if it's not, hey, you know, it is what it is. But I'm not going to pay this guy a bunch of money either. Like, this offer right here, this neutral offer, I know is not good enough. So I will say, I will just offer him player friendly to see what he says to it. If it's like close, great. If it's not even close, probably just gonna have to already call it done and over with. Oh, okay. I honestly did not expect him to sign. It might be because his positioning, like, value, but I really expected a response back of like, no, or like close. I mean, I'm not upset, but I just was not expecting that. So we got Kirkland to stay. Apparently he doesn't hate us enough. Rashawn Stump. This is a very interesting player. For those of you who saw the preseason game, he actually had some good plays. He was getting open. Granted, it was against, you know, 2s and 3s, but I don't care. If you can make plays in CPU versus CPU, I'm happy there. I'm happy with him. The only reason, though, he wants to stay here is because Adam Thielen is here. And I don't know if I don't think we're gonna keep Thielen. So if we want him, we essentially have to sign him now and hope that he forgets about it by the end of the season. I think I'm just gonna offer him neutral here. 2 years, $8 million. I don't want to cut our stuff too short for what we'll have left for cap. And he's on the fences with that. Okay. So we're close. Just not quite what he's looking for. Taylor Moton, he's 31. I definitely would like to bring him back. Linemen can go until they're 34 or 35, right? Like, I just don't want him on that expensive of a deal. Like, right now, he would be making $19 million a year. What is he making right now? Let me see. Yeah, he's making $30 million this year. That's too much. But if he's willing to come back on a cheaper deal, by all means, like, please. But this is going to cut huge into our cap as well. And his interest level is super low. Crap. I could find out. Yeah, he's gonna be a tough one to bring in because he's a veteran. You know, he's not gonna play the games like Kirkland did. Obviously, he's a much better player than Kirkland as well. But even the veteran presence, they're like, nah, man, I'm not doing this. I'll just go somewhere else. They understand the league. They understand the business side of things. So this could be a good target as well. Like somebody like Moton, that could be a guy that we could try. If we can't come to any type of agreement with him, try to move him before week 8, right? Because if he's not going to resign with us, we need talent. I don't want us to not have talent. Like, I'm just curious what his rating, like what he could even fetch us for a trade. Let's just see what we would get offered here, if we get offers. Okay, we do get offers. So Brandon Jones from Denver, 27 years old, 78 overall. That wouldn't really help us at all. We get a 6th and a 7th. BJ Hill at defensive tackle. Don't really think that helps us out that much. Brandon Coleman, left tackle. That would be interesting. I also don't think Washington would do that. Why would you trade a young left tackle at star development for an old right tackle? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Isaac Garendo, no. And I'm not trying to find some cheese either, like for a trade, but I just want something decent for value. Apparently Dontavian Wicks is with the Rams. Wow. There's been a lot of shakeup. I'm going to definitely make sure I go through teams before each game again, because it seems like this year Madden is really doing a lot of changing around. And if I notice new players on teams, I'll try to backtrack to where they came from so I can sort of paint a picture for you guys as we go into, you know, each matchup. I don't want to go through the whole league though, because that's going to take an hour and a half, if not more. And I don't think a lot of you really care that much. So we'll keep it to the teams we're playing and we'll go from there. So right away, I'm not seeing too much that really is like, oh man, I want to go and get this guy. It might change in a couple of weeks. But what I'm seeing out of this is I could end up finding, you know, a decent fill-in option and maybe a mid-round pick. And that's all I think I could really expect. Dane Jackson does have some interest because we have Deion Boyd, and he's already viewed as a franchise quarterback. He is 28 though, and I feel like I would rather stick money elsewhere and let these young guys grow that we have, because we have a lot of young talent at corner. And really that's really it. There's not a whole lot of guys to really worry about. I want to come back and revisit Stump, maybe Moten, and Watts. I don't hate bringing back Nijman, but if he's that not interested in re-signing, I don't know if I want to force the issue. And Thielen, I love Thielen. I'm a Vikings fan, as you guys know. Adam Thielen is like, you know, obviously there's been some all-time great receivers in Minnesota, but Thielen is like everybody's fan favorite. Like, I don't think you could find a Vikings fan that hates Adam Thielen. And if they do, they're probably just a really hateful person and just don't have a lot of fun in life. So like, for me to say that I don't want him back is not just because I hate old players. Like, it really isn't. Like, I just don't think it makes sense. By the time we get to next year, he is going to be 36. If he doesn't retire at the end of the season, he is going to be probably a 72, 71 if he stays. He's already slow for a receiver, and we have so many young guys there. I would rather just give the time to them or find somebody different in free agency. So unfortunately, Thielen's going to be gone. Dalton is going to be gone. It just doesn't make sense. He's going to be 38. He's going to be close to 60 overall, something like that. Daniel Whelan, though, I want him back. I definitely want the punter back. He's young. He's a 71. I really don't care about having an 80-something overall punter. I just want to get it over with so I don't have to worry about it later on down the line. So we're just going to do player friendly for 2 years and see if he takes that. And he does. Perfect. All right, now looking at the rest of our schedule here, I'm trying to find a spot where we can start getting into this season. I don't want to start simming. Like, we have a couple of close games up here with the Bucks and Falcons that are important for the division. And I want to see us at least play 1 or 2 more games up to the front part of this to see where things are at. I might try a new playbook this week and see if that helps Deion Boyd and our defense, because the run game is nice, but I really am not a fan of the route concepts we're getting from the wide receivers. I just don't think it's working very well. I would like to see something different. So I'm going to try something different and see if I like it. But I think we're going to watch this week, see how the game goes, and then we'll see about maybe simming the 49ers game, maybe picking up the Falcons. But we can get to week 8 here, I'd say, by the end of next episode. Again, guys, I want to see a lot of games, but I don't want to be in a spot where I'm 60 episodes in and we're literally 3.5 seasons in. I don't think that's going to be a good series. I just don't. I want to get a ton of stuff done in this franchise. I want to finish this story, and I haven't been able to finish the story in 2 years. Okay, those of you who have been around for this long, you know, I haven't been able to finish the story in 2 seasons, and I am not doing it again. I'm not doing it for another Madden cycle. I'm done with it. So we're going to finish the story with the Carolina Panthers. So I'm trying to figure out where that is best found at, and I will get there eventually. I'll have to fill some things out, but we will definitely see this week's game, and then we'll just see where things go from there. All right, it's time to check out the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, still the guy here in Tampa. Rashad White is still the running back. They also have Bucky Irving, who was drafted last year out of Oregon. He is turning into be a pretty good back right now. He's already creeping up on Rashad White here. They also have Elijah Mitchell. So a pretty good running back room. Looking at the receivers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, DeAndre Hopkins coming over from Tennessee. Okay, that's interesting. Jalen McMillan and Matt Wise. So that is one of the rookies that they drafted this year. And then Tejon Palmer. At tight end, Cade Otton is the starter, and then Payne Durham and Devin Culp. The line is still the same. Tristan Wirfs, Ryan Bates, Graham Barton, Noah Hastings. That's a rookie, so they found a really good guard. Noah Hastings, 76 overall. Luke Gedeke is out at the right tackle position. On defense, Logan Hall's still here. Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea, Cedric Ferguson, another rookie. They had a pretty good draft so far. Everybody I've seen has been at least a 72. Joe Tryon Shoyanka, Chris Braswell. Middle is Levante David and David Long Jr. And then on the outside is Jonathan Cooper. And then corners, Jamel Dean. Eric Stokes is now the corner with Tampa. Christian Isian is the number 3 corner. Bryce Hall, and then Zion McCullum. Free safety, of course, Antoine Winfield Jr. And Tyke Smith is the starter at strong safety. So I think we're definitely going to want... We've played Tampa before, okay? We have. And I've played the Buccaneers book. So I feel like I want to go defend medium pass here. And then on defense, I think that... Well, they're not the best really at any position, so I think we're going to go medium pass. I haven't really done medium pass for offense all season. I did the first week we did run inside, and the second week I did blitz counter. So I'm going to do medium pass and see what that does with Deion Boyd. And then we have our weekly game plan here. I don't think we're going to change too much here. I haven't really been touching this as much. 2 passing touchdowns, that works. Allow 20 points or less, that's doable. And win turnover battle. Yeah, those are probably ones that I would have selected anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do these mini games, and then we will see where we go from there. All right, so after the training is all done, we had a few upgrades to do, and it was a lot of them, actually. Okay, so let's get right to it. First, we're going to start off with Deion Boyd. Excited to get him up to standards here. And what I want to focus on with him this week, I think we're going to go back to field general. It's almost going to be impossible to not have him be a strong arm at some point, like throughout his career, just because of how strong his arm is at 98, which does, I don't know if I like that or not. Well, I guess we'll see what happens throughout the course of the franchise, but we need to get his accuracies up quite a bit. I think we're just going to go field general once again for this upgrade. And let's see what we get. We get 1 play, 1 throw accuracy mid, 1 throw accuracy short, throw on the run, and 2 to throw under pressure. That's definitely going to help him out a little bit. Love to see it. 85 under pressure plus 1 with our coach stuff, so 86. That's good as a rookie. Bryce Young's also getting an upgrade. Like I said, man, I've kept making him better. I'm not going to like just leave him out to dry here. And Bryce Young, he gets 1 awareness, 1 mid, and 2 to throw under pressure. Bobby Brown III is going to get 1. And we're just going to stick to... Actually, we're going to go power rusher for him. What is the face that they gave this guy? This is not even close to what he looks like. Like, come on. There's so many faces that I can think of right now that better represent Bobby Brown than this guy. Like, this isn't even close to his picture. Like, look at this face. Just look at it. Look at his profile. How in the hell do you get that from that picture? Anyway, Brevin Jordan is next. Even his picture is weird. Like, that's not what he looks like at all. I'm pretty sure they had a better picture or better portrait for him last year. We're just gonna go straight to vertical. That's what he's been best at. He gets a lot of good stuff there. Yeah, look at this picture. Look at him. And look at that. Not even close. Braden Willis. This one is actually pretty good for what his face looks like, so I'm not going to say nothing there. And we're just going to go to utility for him. 1 acceleration, 2 awareness, change of direction. Okay, so pretty good one for Willis as well. Eric Watts is going to get an upgrade, and we are going to do... He's very balanced. Go run stopper for him. Block shedding 3, play rec 1. Claudin Cherilus. And we're going to do field general for his upgrade. Block shedding 3, man coverage 1, play rec 1, and zone 2. That's a solid upgrade. I'd love to get that for Green or somebody. Now let's take a look at these playbooks here, and let's see if there's something else I want to try to run this week. West Coast zone run is going to be what we want to stick to. Here, I think we want to try to do... I'm going to try a base 3-4 instead of a 3-4 under. And then offensively, I remember last year I was really loving the Buffalo book. And I feel like I want to try that here. I'm not sure what's going to do to our run game. I feel like we might not have much of a run game. One book that I was really liking last year as well that I didn't get a lot of chance to play with was Green Bay's offensive book. I'm going to try this one again. I like some of the formations you get in here out of the shotgun. So we're going to roll with that. And then on defense, I'm going to try the Miami book again. I had a lot of success with this last year. I just want to see if it still plays the same or if it's playing completely different, but I want to attack. I'm wondering actually if the Vikings book might be good to attack on. Let's try to run that one. Yeah, we're going to try to run the Vikings book because, I mean, Brian Flores is a mastermind. If they even put a fifth of the type of plays he calls, it might end up having some pretty good blitz packages. So we'll try that and just see how it goes for this week. This might be completely off-putting and might ruin things, but we'll find out. We got to find the best for this team. We are in Tampa. It's time to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this should be another big matchup as we are going to be testing some playbooks today. And we are going to get a chance to start on offense. Deion Boyd, couple of rough starts. He's got 567 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions so far on the season, but it is young. This is only our 3rd game. We've got our first win, and we're going to start off on the ground with Brooks, and he is going to get wrapped up after a yard. And now some of you guys might be wondering, CB, where have you been, dude? Yeah, I know. Been about a week, and to be very honest with you guys, I had a very, very busy week of IRL work. It drained me, and I just needed to take a little bit of a reset, relax for a little bit. I work at a financial, and we had a really big promotion go on this week for like auto loans and things like that, and that's what I do. And it drained me. I was busy all week, every day, open to close, and it got to me. So when I got home, I messed around a little bit, but I almost passed out and all that. I just tired, dude, tired. So I needed to take a few days, so I do apologize for that, but I just couldn't keep it up. I tried the first night, and oh, there was Brooks. Nice play there. Gets 8 yards, and it just was not going well for me. I was super tired, was staying up too late, and I didn't want to put out lackluster videos because I could just tell when I was doing stuff that I just had no energy because I was just mentally drained, and I didn't want to put out a half-ass product. So I decided to just take a little bit of a breather, pick things up, get back on my schedule now that the first wave is sort of done with my in-real-life job. And now we're back, and Boyd almost got Mingo, but he could not hold on. It was double coverage. Excellent play by the defense, and I like the shot that Boyd took there. So far, so good, though, on this drive. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Boyd again over the middle. This time it is completed. That one to Leggett. Second catch of the day, 15 yards for him, as we got 3rd and 2. Oh, is that going to be on us? It is. False start. Who was it called on? I didn't see. Well, regardless, puts us in a tough spot now, 3rd and 7. Hopefully we can rebound from this. Boyd takes a snap. He's got all the time, and it's running out. Finally throws it, and he finds an open Leggett. Not the greatest throw, but he was under pressure. He gets it there. Leggett does a good job of making his way back to the football. Luckily, Antoine Winfield didn't make a break on it because that could have spelled disaster. And we'll get a big-time conversion. And now we are down inside the 25. And we'll hand it off to Brooks. And the defense was ready. They'll shut him down at the line. Not much to have there. Tried to go off the edge there. Anytime you try to go on an outside run out of shotgun, though, it's difficult. It does get difficult to keep those edges clean. As Brooks, little Texas route there. Oh, he coughed it up. No! And the Bucs have it. He picks it up. Tackle him. Oh, no. Brooks got hit hard. Coughs it up, and the Buccaneers defense gets the early turnover. It was I'm not sure who forced the fumble. I think it might have been Winfield. And I'm not 100% sure who 11 is, but he picked it up and gets the ball back for Baker Mayfield. We'll see them for the first time today. And he is sitting at 349 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception so far this season. The Buccaneers not having the most success, though. Still sitting at 0-2, looking for that first win. As Durham is in motion. Mayfield takes a snap. He's going to dump it off to White, but it is tracked down. This is DJ Johnson filling in for the injured Jadeveon Clowney. Gets the big play for a loss of 4. Great way to open up. And now they'll go to White on the ground. Tries to get past the first line, but we shut that down as well. It was Wallace getting in there after a short gain of 3. 3rd and 11. We could get ourselves a very quick stop defensively here if we can get a good play. Mayfield going deep down the right side. He's got a man down there, but it's batted away by J.C. Horn. And we are going to get the 3 and outs. Defense does its job. Jonathan Brooks coming back on the field. 5 carries, 16 yards, and 1 fumble. So far, it's been difficult trying to put a finger on what Brooks is going to be, because at times I see such good traits out of him. And I'm not really holding anything against him this year because, I mean, we haven't really had a chance to work on the line yet. I haven't even been found a playbook that I'm in love with. I just want to see some more consistency out of him. There we go. Nice blocking up front, and Brooks is off to the races. 10-5 touchdown. He heard me chirping about him, and he takes it, what was it, like 40-something yards to the house. That's a way to turn my opinion around. Excellent bounce back, and we are going to get up 7-0 here. Defense held its own, and we'll get the ball back, and now we have the lead. 2 plays, 53 yards, all from Brooks. Back on the field comes Mayfield and company. Could not really get things going too well for themselves. And now they're going to start with the 31. Nice field position to start. Play action rollout. Mayfield throwing it underneath. He's got a receiver. It's caught. It's Evans. Out of bounds after 8. Working against Stevens. Like a little underneath route, or maybe that was a short out route, I think. All right, in motion here. Another pass. Mayfield again, a short one. It's completed. First down. A handoff to White, and he gets a nice gap up the middle. He'll get the first. That trap almost worked for us, but we couldn't get off that initial block, and there was just nobody else there. Good play call from Tampa. Oh, did we just get caught off sides? We did. Neutral zone infraction. Wait, Clowney's back. What am I thinking? It's not Clowney that's injured, it's Wanham. I'm an idiot. Anyway, you get what I mean. But Clowney gets called for the encroachment, or the neutral zone infraction. White in motion outside. Mayfield with the snap. Quick pass underneath. It's Godwin, and he's got it down to the 34. I would say that I think out of all of the franchise that I've done, right, the one that I'm most upset about not being able to finish properly is the Buccaneers franchise. That was just a mess. It really was. Some of it my fault, some of it outside of my control, but it's just a mess, you know? As Mayfield underneath finds an open receiver, and he is down inside the 20. Who is number 84? Oh, it's DeAndre Hopkins. I forgot he came over. Yeah, so Hopkins, newly signed veteran receiver, working against J.C. Horn, makes the play. And Tampa on a roll now, down inside the 20. Mayfield goes down. Nelson and Clowney meet at the quarterback, and we'll get ourselves the first sack of the day. But going back to the Bucs franchise, like, I had a lot of people like, oh, just keep going, just keep doing it, just keep doing it. And in hindsight, I probably could have continued it for another couple of weeks. But I really thought that the college football game was going to be big for me, and I thought that would be a way for me to sort of branch off and cover more than one game, and it just didn't really come into fruition. Some of the tip videos did, but those are always going to hit, right? Those always hit to some degree. But I thought I would be able to sort of establish myself as a dynasty guy, and both of them too. Like I wasn't gonna like just abandon Madden, but like I was hoping to have both, and that's why I wanted to start doing a lot more videos, because I was just like sitting there, and I'm wondering like what is going on, man? Why are none of these videos hitting? Like nothing is getting over 200 views within a week, and it's just, this is not normal. And that's when I sat down and was gonna do all of the episodes every week, and I was like, to be honest guys, that was gonna put me in a bad spot. But that's where I'm at right now with this YouTube journey. Like I want to make this work, so I was just willing to do whatever. As the Bucks here gonna take a field goal. Nice play by the defense again. Flag is down. Don't tell me we ran into the kicker. You've got to be kidding me. Yep, you've got to be kidding me, guys. All right. Yeah, we just gave it him 1st and goal. Good job, Simmons. Hope it was worth it. Oh man, I'll pick up on this after this drive here. White takes the handoff, and he goes nowhere. Nice stop. It was Stevens. So after 1, Tampa, 2nd and goal from the 9. Otten in motion. Handoff to White. He's got a nice gap. It closes up quickly. It was Fuller coming down from the free safety spot, makes the stop at the 5. It's going to be 3rd and goal here now. The question is, if they get a couple yards here now, do they opt to go for it because of how close they are instead of kicking a field goal? Or, oh, big play there. I think they're going to take the field goal. Yes, they will. So, we still get the stop. Don't run into the kicker again, dude. Okay, good. And Tampa makes it 7-3. But as I was saying, I was going to do 4 or 5 videos a week, but it was because I thought I had to, right? I thought that was just where I was at. But I posted 1 Madden video, and what I was anticipating is, oh my God, that was almost horrible. What I was anticipating was that when I posted my Madden video, it wasn't going to get great traction, and I was going to have to build it up again. I would have to build up, you know, multiple videos every day, or like every week, like 3, 4, 5 videos to get myself back in the algorithm. And then I posted the Panthers' first video, and it went right back to normal. And by normal, I mean what I'm used to. And it was at that time that I realized that even though I want to play college football, it's not what's going to work for my channel. Not now. Will it in the future? I don't know. Nice catch there from Ridley. But it's just not going to work right now. And I tried everything. I started paying for like vidIQ and TubeBuddy and stuff to try and help me. I thought maybe my thumbnails were horrible, and my titling was horrible, and my keywords sucked and all that. And I mean, that still could be the case. I don't know what the exact issue was. But what I do know is that I followed my normal practices with Madden, and I got the same results that I was anticipating to get with college football, if not like less, because I anticipated there to be an initial drive for that content. And that is why I went away from the Bucks franchise. Now, in hindsight, I should have just stuck with Madden and just never even tried it. Because as you guys have seen, there hasn't been any college football stuff on the channel. And for those of you who might be following me, a big play from Brooks down to the 28. Excellent play call. Good job by Boyd to deliver it. This offense right now is rolling today. But as I was saying, I don't have any college football stuff on the channel, and I don't plan to. Like, it just didn't hit, you know? And it is what it is. Oh, no. Get the sack. It's Tryon Shoyinka. So, essentially, I realized after I posted the Madden video that it was not needed to be done that way. I didn't have to burn myself at both ends of the candle to try and make this channel work. I just had to do what the channel wanted, or what the algorithm was used to me doing, and what I ultimately am best at, which is apparently Madden content. And it sucked because for the longest time, you know, going throughout that month or two with, going for a big pass. It's thrown a little too early. He had to get rid of it, though, because of the pressure. It's weird seeing number 11 and not thinking of Taylor Wharton, right? 4th and 6. And we're gonna have to take the field goal here. And that will extend our lead back to 10 or to 7. But yeah, guys, I mean, it was a really big shocker to me because I understood that, you know, towards the spring, Madden videos go down a little bit just because I think everybody sort of run through the motion of them, and they're not that invested anymore. They're waiting for the draft. They're waiting for, you know, the new game to drop or whatever. They're just moving on for the summer. They know it's coming to an end for a little bit. Oh, nice handoff to White, and nothing there. Defense rallies. Nice job. It was Battle getting in there on the stop. But I expected the downtrend in Madden, and that's why I thought it would be perfect for college football. It could at least fill that void for me, for anything else. And watching my videos just do horrible. I mean, it was... Oh, nice throw on the run. Gets it to Otten, and he is across midfield down to the 46. It was not fun to watch because seriously, guys? Tell me that's on Tampa. No, it's not. Are we the most like, are we like just immature? Like we can't understand what rules are? Man. But, what was I saying? I know I'm talking a lot about this, but like it's important, you know? I mean, I battled with things for like a month with this channel, like trying to figure out what was going on. And all it took was me posting one Madden video, one Madden franchise video, to see that it was just my own choices that were messing me up. Regardless of why it didn't work. My fault, algorithm not understanding, like, cause you guys, oh, beautiful play. I thought that was a touchdown. But what you guys don't know is like, or maybe you do, I don't know. When you post content on YouTube, you have to tag everything. You tag your channel, you tag your video, you have keywords and everything, and that's to help the algorithm figure out what to do with your video, who to show it to. And I don't know if I just, you know, didn't know what to do with college football stuff. I don't know if it was, you know, my thumbnails. I don't know if it was my titling. I don't know. I don't know what the cause was. All I know is that my videos would get like 1/10 of the impressions than any of my Madden videos. And it wasn't even close. Mayfield doing, holy cow, that was a huge play by him. I thought he was dead to rights in the backfield. He runs around, finds a couple of blocks to spring him loose, and gets the first down. That right there is why I think Baker is a good quarterback. I like Baker Mayfield. And he knows how to make plays, even if it's a little unorthodox. Nice pass over the middle to Otten. First down, Tampa. They are closing in on the end zone once again. But yeah, I battled for quite a while with that, you know, and it was affecting me. Because, like, I really want this to work, this YouTube stuff to work. And there goes White, and we'll shut him down at the 2. So seeing the channel just do miserable, it made me miserable. And it shouldn't be like that, because like I do understand that there's going to be ebbs and flows on a channel, no matter the size. But it just, it sucked, you know? But that's when I posted the Panthers video, and then everything just went away. Everything was like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. And that's when I decided to just call it quits with the college football stuff. So if you followed me from that, I'm sorry. And Mayfield takes it in for the touchdown, and Tampa is going to tie things up here 10 apiece. Mayfield doing what he does best, just making plays happen. So, but yeah, before I was rudely interrupted by Baker Mayfield scoring on us, if you followed me strictly for college football, you're probably not watching this, obviously. But if you are, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be on this channel anymore. I'm going to have to just stick to Madden and just accept that that's what my niche is. And if I don't like it, I guess I can always make another channel. You know, I mean, that's something that's always in my wheelhouse of stuff I could do. I could make another channel of whatever I want, but that experiment helped me realize that, like, this channel, it has to be Madden. You know, if I want to do... Oh, there goes Boyd, taking off a little bit. Nice. If I want to do something other than Madden, I'm going to have to create a whole separate channel for it. You know, and I've thought about that in the past. I have thought about, like, streaming on the regular basis once things get more established for me, but doing other games, because I do enjoy, like, FPS games. quite a bit, like Call of Duty, Fortnite. I do enjoy like survival games and, you know, things like that. It's not just football. I dabble a little bit in, you know, NBA 2K. Obviously, you guys know college football. But what I understand is that, oh, nice hits. Winfield Jr. making the play on Mingo, and it's going to fall incomplete. But what I now understand is that unless I'm like the size of like somebody like, I don't know, Tim the Tap Man or somebody huge like that, I can't just go around playing any game I want. Maybe not, I mean, because he's like, yeah, he's a whole different stratosphere. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, I have to have a significant bigger following and footprint in this space before I can do that. Is Boyd going deep? And he can't hold on. It was Peoples-Jones. And it's Christian Izzian breaking it up. So, yeah, I had my eyes opened this last month or so. And I'm back to where I should be. And I just, you know, I got a little ahead of myself, but that's sort of what my plan is now. If I want to do other games, I'm gonna have to create different channels or do it in other means other than here on CB Gaming. So that's where I'm at. Big pass, beautiful job. I think that was Stevens. Yes, it was, breaking it up underneath. So, I mean, I don't know. Let me know, guys. Let me know down below if that's something that would be interesting. If I was to make a different channel or stream different games or something like that. Because I definitely do have other aspirations outside of Madden. So, just I guess at some point I know I'm going to have to hitch my wagon to more than one game if I want to make a career for myself out of this. Oh my God, I thought he was going to hold that in. Izzian is playing out of his mind right now on Peoples-Jones. He has covered him so well. I don't like it. But, yeah, so that's where I've been at. That's where my mind's been at, and that's what my thoughts have been recently. So, you guys just watched an entire half of football pretty much uncut because I just wanted to ramble. So, there you have it. Oh, no. Well, that's a crappy way to end my rant. All right, well, we'll pick things up here after the half. Still 10-10. And Tampa's going to start with a run to White. Gain of 3. And there goes Durham in motion. Mayfield with time, it runs out, and he's got to throw it, and it's batted down. Thought we were going to get the sack there, but we have not been able to get back there as much as I'd like for as much pressure as we have shown. Oh, almost got back there, but oh my God, we missed the tackle. How did we miss that tackle? That would have been 4th. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's see what Baker's got now. 1st and 10. Hopkins in motion. Looking for the screen, but there's, oh, what the hell? I didn't know you could do that in CPU. Well, Rashad White just put the spin move on whoever that was. They might be off the field right now. They might have to take a breather after that one. They got embarrassed. That was slick. There's White again. Texas route, takes a shot, but not before getting inside the 40. Tampa Bay on a roll right now. Coming on a big set here. And a whole bunch of jumping. I swear to God if this is on us. Holy cow, guys. We keep getting jumping off sides. Like, they're getting us on both sides of the ball. Otten in motion. Mayfield with the snap. Rolls out. Let's go of it immediately. And it's going to go for 2. 2nd and 3. Not liking how this defense has been playing today. Not like, because they've been doing pretty well, I think, like stop-wise, but like just being in the game sense. You know, missed a tackle before on the 3rd down. You know, all of these penalties that we've been getting. It's just, it's not good football. Handoff, 3rd and 2. We get the stop. 10 rushes, 28. Thompson gets back there, but they are going to go for it. I can't blame them. The way they've been able to get at least a couple of yards every play. I mean, they have a good opportunity here. And we get the stop. What a play by Fuller. He stood up White and shut him down. So we didn't get anything done on that drive. We ended up punting, so I just skipped it. And now Tampa Bay is back out here. 1st and 10, Mayfield with the snap. Looking right side, he's got Godwin. And Godwin out of bounds at the 47. And a little screen to Evans, gets 5. You can definitely tell the difference between Mayfield and Boyd in this game. They might not be dramatically different overall-wise, but the veteran presence of Mayfield on display on a few occasions already. Okay, well, you know, I tried to compliment you. Well, and you spat on my face about it. But you guys get what I'm saying. Tighter passes, better windows, better delivery on the arc of the ball. And here he goes, pass again. Completed to White over the middle. Godwin is in motion. Mayfield. Time runs out quickly. He's able to get rid off to Otten and just breaking tackles down to the 20. Cade Otten doing his thing. Defense played much better in this first half so far, really since like a little bit into the second quarter. They've been struggling. Not in the run game though. We have been doing good in the run game. Wallace showing that there. But the passing lanes have been of concern. 2nd and 9. Another handoff to White. Cuts it back inside. Only able to get a few. Thompson once again on the stop. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Mayfield under pressure again. And he just throws it away. And that is going to force a field goal here. Tampa doing a lot of good work in between the 20s, but then things start to slow down. Been that way for sort of both teams when they get down here. 13-10, though. Tampa takes the first lead of the day. Back on offense. Mingo in motion. And no, play action. Boyd looking deep over the middle, and he fits it in a very tight window to Leggett, and he makes the catch. They've been trying to get that play for quite some time. Maybe not that exact one, but that area of the field. Finally able to connect with it, and it goes for a huge gain. Boyd right back to the air. Quick one to a falling Ridley. And he'll get a gain of 9, and that should wrap up the third. There goes Judge to the outside. He's going to lose 2 to open up this fourth quarter. And now Boyd gonna take it through the air, and he throws an interception. Oh, we were doing so good. Jonathan Cooper with the interception. And Tampa Bay's second turnover of the day. He just stared down the receiver too much. 3 defenders in the area there against Peoples-Jones. It's just not a very smart decision. So now Mayfield back on offense here. Hands it off to White. Lowers the shoulder against Simmons. Does not work. He will, however, get 7. So it was a very good opening play. It's been pretty balanced. They're beating us in the pass game. We're beating them in the run game. And a short one there to Otten, and we just cannot cover this man. He has been killing us all over the field. And that's part of why I feel like I want to go to a 4-3. Because too many times you're relying on your outside edge rushers to drop into those flat zones and whatnot and cover a tight end, and they're just not built for that. Not that linebackers really are either anymore, but they're at least, like, and true linebackers, I mean, not just by position, like true linebackers. But they're usually quicker and faster and have a little bit better understanding of zone coverage and things of that nature. Somebody like Clowney or DJ Johnson or Anthony Nelson, they don't know what they're doing out there. So I really do think we're going to have to change to a 4-3 here if we want to be able to combat these tight ends that apparently every team just has, because we were getting killed by them. And it seems to be a year where tight end is actually programmed to be more receptive in these playbooks. Mayfield back again. Oh, short pass incomplete. Thompson putting a hit on Hopkins. 3rd and 1. I would watch here for the run. I know that they've ran out of this. Yep, same thing. And they're going to get it. White patiently waits for that lane to open up, and he's going to scamper down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal. No way. Oh, my God. I thought we were going to get called again. Do better. Calm down over there. There we go. Nice contain. Nice contain. That's what I like to see. And Mayfield. Okay. What a play. Smith-Wade on the coverage. It's going to be incomplete. 3rd and goal. Last chance here to hold him to 3. Mayfield pushed out of the pocket. He's going to run with it. And we're going to track him down. Nelson from behind. And that should force the field goal, which it will. So we will be down by 6. But at least it's not 10. And with 6 minutes to go in this game, that is a very big difference. So unfortunately, we had a very quick 3 and out. And now we need this defense to make a stand, and quickly. Mayfield with the ball over the middle to Hopkins. Completed. He'll get 7. Not a good look to start. We keep giving them these favorable down and distance type of situations, which leaves their playbook wide open. Otten in motion. And Mayfield underneath the White. Completed. Another 1st down. Couple more of those, and we're not even going to have a chance to make a comeback here. Come on, defense. Mayfield back. Looking easy completion to White. Another gain of 9. They are carving us right now. Looking to close this game out. Handoff, and White gets the 1st. Dang, dude. We are very, very close to not even having a chance at making a comeback. 16-10, very low scoring game. And Tampa is just doing what they want on offense. Handoff to White again. They'll get 3. There goes our first timeout. If we don't stop them in this series of downs, it's done. That's a big play right there. We desperately needed that stop. Draymond Jones got back there, knew what was going on. 3rd and 10. Are they ballsy enough to throw it past the sticks? That's the question. They're not. And that is going to allow us to get the stop, call our last timeout. So now it's going to be on Deion Boyd again. We're down by 6. We have 144 to work with, and somehow 1 timeout. I don't quite know how, but I'm not going to argue it. Over the middle, completed to Ridley. No, that's Mingo. He'll get 8. Down to 123 and ticking. Quick shot again. I mean, it's completed, but we're getting 5 yards. We can't get down the field fast enough like this, Boyd. Come on, man. We got to push it down the field faster than that. Okay, that's great. Great. But now we're down to 45 seconds, and we are still dinking and dunking it, guys. We cannot win the game by throwing it short every single play. We've got to push the ball down the field a little bit here. Come on, Boyd. We need something. Okay, there it is. Peoples-Jones. Oh, my God, I thought he was gone. We got to hurry up. We got to hurry up. 16, 15. Come on, Boyd. Here it is. Boyd looking. End zone. He throws it away. 10 seconds left. Here it is. Boyd takes the snap. He's got time. All the time. He throws it away. Third down, last chance here. Boyd, empty backfield. Takes the snap. Blitz is coming, and he just takes the sack? What a horrible way to finish that game. Things are not looking too good for us right now. All right, so let's take a look at how things played out after that game, because it was a pretty rough game. Baker Mayfield, 60% completion. Deion Boyd, 54. Not a very clean game. A lot of drops, though. I will give him that. I think there was about 3 or 4 plays where I thought the receiver should have held on to it. But overall, not a very good performance out of our quarterbacks. Rushing-wise was our lone bright spot. 10 carries, 88 yards. The only problem is one of them went for 51, which means that he had 9 carries for, what, 37 yards? Yeah, 37 yards outside of that, which still isn't a bad total. Just wasn't a lot of running. Yeah, not a lot of running at all. Rashad White got 22 carries for 77 yards. Receiving-wise, Xavier Legette was our best receiver, 7 for 84. Cade Otton was destroying us, and there was just not much else outside of him. Everybody else was struggling. Defensively, Shaq Thompson was everywhere, 15 tackles. Sacks, we only had 1, I believe. Yeah, Levante David, Derek Forrest, and Tryon Choyanka all had 1 for Tampa Bay. Clowney and Nelson teamed up for the lone sack that we had. Interceptions was Jonathan Cooper, right outside linebacker, and there was also a fumble. So the Bucs defense did their job. It was Antoine Winfield with the fumble, forced fumble, and David Long Jr. with the recovery. And yeah, I mean, it was a defensive shootout for the most part. It was whose defense is going to hold longer. And unfortunately for us, the Bucs defense did their job much better than we did. So that is where we're going to end things with this video. I do believe next video we're going to do a little bit of simming. I don't know if we're going to watch the Falcons game or not. We might even sim that. I'd like to get closer to mid-season here shortly. We've seen the first 3 games, which is already against what I said I was going to do, but sometimes it happens. So we might sim a few weeks. We'll see what happens. Of course, I'll do all that on video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Before you leave, if you could hit that like button, let me know down below if you stayed and listened to my rant for the first part of the game and what you thought about it. And yeah, subscribe if you have not already. Hit that bell notification so you know when these videos drop, and I will see you guys next time.